Yeah. Somebody say,
All right, you can hear me now. Let me know if you can hear me now. And I'm pretty sure you can. No sound still. All right. Well, we're going to switch the microphone to the radio show. Okay. So y'all should be able to hear us in a minute. Turn your phone off, though. I got an echo. So y'all just give us 1 minute and we are going to be live on the radio. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Richard Taylor. We are now here on the U-Turn Show, here on 106.9 FM on your radio dial. And if you can hear me, just let me know in the comments. Once again, we have a special guest tonight. We got Ty Barrett here from Greenville. And I want to welcome, okay, still no sound. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me. I don't know what's going on with the system. Let's see. Okay, so you can hear me. Okay, so that's great. So we're gonna get right into this. Okay, so y'all, okay. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Once again, I'm your host, Richard Taylor. You are here at the 106.9 FM Awesome Radio. If y'all haven't been to the website, please go to www.awesomeradio.org and download all of our apps on the Google Play, Alexa, and the Apple Store. Also, feel free to call in, comment. This is a virtual interactive show, so feel free to call in, comment. I got a very special guest, man, Mr. Tyrone Barrett. How you doing today? Oh, okay. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear him too. Now, Tyrone has a very interesting story, man. We're here in Greenville. He's a resident of Greenville, and last month we had Montoya Sharp, Dante Sharp, and if anybody knows about Greenville history, Dante Sharp was just released a few years back after serving 24 years for murder he did not commit. And if you haven't seen this show, please go back and watch it because his story is just as amazing as my guest today, Mr. Barrett. Mr. Barrett was charged with 2 murders, 1994, and according to him, he was actually cellmates with Mr. Sharp back when he was going through. So we are going to hear a little about his story real quick, and let me see. No sound. Okay, we're still getting no sound. We are getting no sound from who? Can you guys hear me? Hear me speaking? Y'all let me know if you can hear me. Say something, Ty.
I'm just reading along what you're reading, and I see no sound.
No sound. You can't hear Ty. Okay, so somebody says yes, they can't hear you. Make sure you talk right into the mic though. All right, um, so you are from Greenville, right? So tell us a little bit about growing up in Greenville. Um, as a child.
Well, I grew up in Kearney Park. I was raised by my mother and father, William Barrett and Alice Barrett, my mother, and 2 wonderful parents, amazing parents. So I was, I also have siblings also. My brother Will, Horace, Sonia, and Tina, my sisters. So we grew up in a big household. And I enjoyed my childhood. I enjoyed it. Played sports all my life, Little League, all the way up to college, Liberty City State. So went to high school at J. Groves High.
Elizabeth City State.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you also mentioned that you grew up with 2 parents in the home,
Yeah.
right? So that's kind of unusual for a lot of black men. So what how did being in a family with your father, how did that help you become a man, and what types of things you learned from him?
My dad was in the service, so he was an army. I grew up under his rule. His discipline, respect, and that's what I grew up on, respecting others. Um, and the same rules apply with me today, respecting others, and just going daily, understanding life through what they taught me, and that's what get me through the day. So my dad instilled in us survival of being black in America.
Okay.
And that's something that, like I said, apply to my daily living of understanding life and understanding people.
So let me ask you. So, being that you did have the same upbringing. And I'm actually, a product of a two-parent household too. And I always bring this up because I drifted off, like you said, my father instilled certain things in me, certain values, but I still drifted off to the street life, right? So did you do that? And then what was some of the reasons why you went that route?
I did. I drifted off, and I drifted off in a like this. I didn't jump off the porch, how they say.
Okay.
Jump off the porch.
Okay.
Room to certain things and like, get money.
Okay.
And I started getting money late.
Late. Okay.
I didn't start when I was 15, 16 years old, nothing like that.
Okay.
I understood the game once I got in.
All right.
And once I was in it, well, I got in the game when I was like, what, 19, 18, 19.
Okay.
Coming home from the summer when I was going to Liberty State.
All right. So, and you went to Liberty State on a baseball, right? You play football. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Football, yeah.
So you started coming home during the summer, and then.
And that's where it took off.
Okay. So did you finish? Did you finish? Okay.
The money, you get money, you get like, some people get money, but I was getting major money. I was getting pretty much. I was okay.
Okay. All right. So at some point now, like I said, at the beginning of the show, you got arrested, right? At one point, you got arrested for these crimes, right?
Oh, yeah.
How old were you when everything went down? And tell us about the day that it happened.
May '94 is when they picked me up for the first murder of a friend of mine named Lucas Pitt.
Okay.
He was crackhead.
Okay.
Local crackhead that was getting high.
Okay.
And he was getting down on Battle Street.
On Battle Street.
Yes.
All right. So what led the police to even look your way?
Well, what they have told me that me and my cousin Kirby have murdered Lucas Pitt.
Okay.
Which me and Kirby don't even know anything about this murder. We were shocked that they even picked us up for it.
Okay.
So during that time, me and Kirby, we in the county jail.
All right. Both of y'all in the county jail.
Yeah, both of us in the county jail. Me and Kirby. And after we were in the county jail for months and months, so they doing their investigation, but they got me and Kirby charged together.
All right.
So now, I guess he gave them his statement, and I gave them my statement. So they're doing their investigation. So now they see that Kirby couldn't have been there because he was at the hospital. His girl was pregnant, having a baby at the time.
Okay.
This supposed to have been taking place.
All right.
And I was home with my girlfriend that night. And we told them what was going on and about our whereabouts and everything, but they didn't want to believe anything.
Okay.
Much down the line, well, I'm gonna go straight to when they get ready to take us to court.
Okay.
Kirby.
All right.
So when it was time to go to court, they took Kirby completely out of the case. Now he's not in the case at all now.
So did they let him go home?
Yes.
So they let him go home off the strength of his alibi.
Yes.
And so how long would you say that was before from the time y'all got arrested to the time that they let him go?
Like 8 months.
8 months.
8 months.
So now it's just you.
Now it's just me.
All right. So now you fighting this case, and once again, you said that you was at home with your girl.
Yeah.
But they didn't believe that. All right.
They just took on they wanted to do, and they charged me with it, charged me and Kirby.
Okay.
You know.
But they said you and Kirby committed the murder together. But then when Kirby got out, then they just changed the story. They said, "Well, no, you did it by yourself."
Yeah, I did it by myself.
So who was there eyewitnesses that picked you out of a lineup, or what was the story about how they tried to say it was you?
They said Mabel Daniels seeing me and Kirby kill Lucas Pitt.
Mabel Daniels.
Yeah, Mabel Daniels.
Okay. And what kind of characteristics did Mabel Daniel have? Like, was she out in the streets?
A local crackhead.
Okay.
Yeah, she was a crackhead.
All right. So she did she write a statement?
Yeah, she wrote a statement.
Uh-huh.
She wrote a statement, and her statement didn't have anything to do with me and Kirby.
Okay.
You know, her statement had something to do with totally different people who was there that actually done it.
So she wrote the statement saying somebody else did it?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. But they still tried to coerce her to say that you did it.
Well, they did coerce her to say me and Kirby.
All right, so how did they do that?
Paying her off, giving her money so she could buy crack, keeping money in her pocket, buying her food, making sure she taking care of what they want her to do.
So when they did all of that, what were you thinking the whole while? You pretty much you in there facing a murder. What was you thinking?
Man, I can only like when all of that was taking place, you really like trying to get yourself together of what's going on because you really don't know anything and you're trying to figure things out. But things you'll hear things from off the street.
Mm-hmm.
But at that particular time, I hired me a private investigator.
Okay.
So at that time, my private investigator was going around talking to certain people, and he got a statement from her original statement.
Okay.
Who done it?
Okay.
You know, but a lot of people didn't know that. Even the prosecutors didn't even know that.
All right.
The investigator have got in contact with certain people that seen this and know what happened.
Okay.
So when I went to trial, they put Mabel Daniel on the stand, and when she told her statement that it was me and Kirby, then when my lawyer gets up and give her the original statement that she wrote, she said she was sorry. That's the only thing she said.
She said that on the stand?
Yeah, she said that on the stand.
So she admitted that she lied on the stand.
She lied and she was sorry.
Was that their only witness? Was that their only witness?
And Samuel Thigpen.
Samuel Thigpen. All right. So now tell us about Samuel Thigpen.
Samuel Thigpen was a local dude. Also.
Make sure you keep your mouth. Yeah.
Get money, you know.
Okay.
I was seeing, you know.
Okay. So y'all was had some street business going on together. Okay.
Yeah. And Samuel got locked up. He got locked up in the feds.
Okay. He's in the federal prison while you're facing this murder charge in Greenville County. Okay.
Yeah, in the federal prison.
Okay.
And I'm hearing a lot of things while I'm in jail because I know a lot of people.
Okay.
You know, and they was the detective Carolyn Melvin, Detective Path, Ricky Best. They was going down to the Fed building. Talking to individuals, let them know if they was straight up lie on me, they would let them go today. So they talked to a couple of people. And Samuel Thigpen was one of the people they talked to. And he agreed on doing that if they would let him go, if they would get him out the feds, let him go for free. So
okay.
He was one of them that got on the stand. and said I told him that I killed Lucas Pitt, and they did exactly what they told him. They were gonna let him off. They let him off.
So they let this guy who was like he got caught with the feds and he was doing a 10-year sentence, right?
Yeah, he was 10 years.
So he was doing the 10-year sentence, and they coerced him. Now he wasn't the only one though, right? He was. Didn't you tell me about someone who was knew your family? So they was going around to different prisons.
See, he knew about that. Sam knew about that.
Okay.
He's my family.
Okay.
So he knew, but he don't know anything. He's just like me. He don't know anything about a murder either.
Okay.
He don't know nothing.
So he just using it to get out.
Yes, he used it to get out.
Okay, so those two people. So one person told you told him pretty much she lied on you,
Yeah.
and then he said you did. So then what happened? Like, did you ever get on the stand?
Yes, I got on the stand.
You got on the stand. Okay.
And my girlfriend got on the stand also. I took the stand and she took the stand. And what struck everybody is that my phone records proved that I couldn't get nowhere around that area at that time because I was on my phone at the time.
Okay.
This murder was taking place, walking into my girlfriend's house.
All right.
So once they got that and heard that, they was like, "Whoa, he couldn't have did it." But I stayed locked up for a while for that.
So how long did it take them to finally bring you to trial?
Like 3 years.
3 years. So you stayed in the county jail for 3 years.
Yeah.
And you was fighting. So, and I assume so you got a jury, right? So you had a jury. So how many days did the trial take?
It didn't take long at all for the jury to come back and find me not guilty.
Okay. The next day.
Yeah.
So what were you thinking though? Like, because once again, I've been on the trial for my life too. That time that you're waiting to see, man, do they really believe me? Am I really going to go to jail for the rest of my life for something I didn't do, man? How much stress was that, man? Or was you just like whatever?
I wasn't with that whatever thing. Because it was happening in my face. I'm witnessing all this corruption by the police, by the DA office. I'm witnessing all of this. And I'm sitting across from the DA. So I see their tricks. I see how they plan. And you look at it and you think everything's supposed to be, these are people you're supposed to be trusting.
Yeah.
But it's not like that at all. Everybody that testified in my behalf, they didn't give, no respect to. None at all. It was like they didn't even exist. Just like when they found out Kirby was at the hospital, and you said you got this statement saying that me and Kirby were together, but when we go to court, they pull him completely out the case because they got him on video camera at the hospital. They got him on camera. They got this. They got that. But you said we was together.
Y'all was together. So yeah, that don't make no sense. We're gonna take our first break, about 15-second break. So y'all stay with us. We're gonna be right back with the second part of this story because there's more to it. Y'all stay tuned. 106.9 FM. This ain't your plan for me to die up in these streets. Oh Lord, can you help me? And we are back, 106.9 FM, Awesome Radio. I'm your host, Richard Taylor. Special guest, Ty Barrett. We're talking about the Greenville police judicial system that incarcerated him wrongly for not one but two murders. And we are just getting to the end of the first murder. So pretty much you was despite all the corruption, despite all the coercion, you was found not guilty. Right. All right. So now you would think the story ends here, right? Though, but you never got out of jail, right?
No, I never got out of jail.
See, what we didn't tell you was when they arrested him for this murder that he just got found not guilty of. What was it, like a month later?
A month later,
A month later, they came and what?
charged me with another murder.
So you
A murder and conspiracy now with three more other people.
all right? So
Three people that I didn't even know. I have no, I never seen. Um, One of the guys shot basketball with, but we wasn't acquainted with each other. We never talked or anything like that. We always grew up in the same hood.
okay,
Well, me and one of the conspirators,
uh-huh.
you know, but we never talked. We never was acquainted with each other.
Okay.
You know, so
All right. So um they charge you with that murder, and both of these murders happened on the same day, right?
yeah, I was part of
Hours apart from each other.
it. Yeah,
So, and did these people know each other? Was there no connection to any of the deceased?
no,
All right. So now with this murder, well, once again, so you've already beaten one, right? So they took you to so how long did it take them to take you to trial for this one?
like like 2.5 years
Okay.
I never got out of the county jail.
Uh-huh. Yeah, they're still saying they can't hear you for some reason. So um
Well, they still didn't release me after the first one.
okay.
They still didn't release me, so I stayed in the county jail.
Uh
You know, they gave me a no bond for the second one. I never got a bond. I never got anything.
okay.
I just stayed locked up.
So so now with this second case, they what was the how did they put you in it? Like who testified, and how did they kind of get you to
Well,
be involved or implicated in
they
this?
said I was picked out of a picture lineup by a 12-year-old white girl. Picked me out of a picture lineup. And I'm like, what I'm doing in a lineup, period.
Yeah.
You know, it's just some things that I never, registered. It's never gonna register with me.
Uh-huh.
You know, and that's what they said. I was picked out of a picture lineup by a 12-year-old white girl.
So when they picked you out of the lineup, did they because you said they charged you with conspiracy with three other people, right?
Right, right.
So what did those other three people go to jail?
No, no. Then no one go to jail but me.
So that's not a conspiracy then. If you charge people with conspiracy, then everybody who go to jail. So out of those, you said they it was three other people, right?
Yes.
So did you say you knew you only knew one of them,
One of them.
right? And so who was the other two people?
Abdul Rouse
Okay.
and DeMarcus Miracle. Them two I've never seen in my life. I still haven't seen them yet.
Okay.
But Kenny Langley, I knew him from shooting basketball with him.
Uh-huh.
You know, but we never was acquainted with one another. You know, we never sat across the table and chopped it up with each other.
Okay.
Or shook hands.
All right.
He's from the south side, but he's from like over the hill, what we call over the hill.
Over the hill.
Yeah, Pitt Street, from that Pitt Street area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what was the name? So tell the scenario that they tried to say happened with you in this incident.
Well, I never knew anything about the scenario until like years later, like 2 years later, when I started getting my motion of discovery.
Uh-huh.
I'm in the jail.
Yeah.
And we filing for this and filing for that. And once stuff started coming in, without me being connected to none of this. When my motion of discovery come in, I'm not connected to none of these people. Nothing. But it's showing that they got fingerprints of Abdul, powder burns off of, I think it was off Kenny Hand, all this stuff with other people.
Okay.
Other people. But I was never, like I said, I never was acquainted with these people, so I really don't know what's going on until I start reading my paperwork.
Okay.
And my lawyers is talking to me. That's how I'm figuring, what's going on.
Mm-hmm. So you said the other guys had gunpowder on their hands and stuff like that. Yeah. So, but they not in jail. You are.
Yeah, I'm in jail.
So I think you told me what how did they say that the young boy said it happened? Because one of the people that they charged you with conspiracy with was like 14 years old, right?
Yeah. And that was Abdul Rouse.
Abdul Rouse.
His dad was the owner of WOW radio station.
Okay.
His dad was well known.
Okay.
And across the street from the courthouse.
All right.
His dad knew the prosecutor and all that stuff too.
All right.
Right now, today, I still haven't seen Abdul Rouse. The only time I ever seen him when he got on the stand.
And he got on the stand. What did he say on the stand?
He used. I've written my statement, right? I gave a statement to the police.
Okay.
To the district attorney office.
Mm-hmm.
And my lawyer. These are three people that knew my whereabouts, the times I was there, who I was with, my original statement.
Mm-hmm.
When I was getting tried, Abdul took the stand. He got on the stand, and he read a statement that I gave of my whereabouts, because I trusted the police.
Okay.
I trusted the DA office. I trusted these people that I can be truthful with them.
Okay.
Which, that was totally the opposite. Because my mother and father, they always told, when we was growing up, because like I said, my dad was a sergeant, he was in the army.
Okay.
And he always told us and installed in us that if you don't trust anybody, trust the police to do the right thing.
Okay.
So when I was arrested, that's what I did. I gave my statement of both of my cases to the detective. And from there on, they used my statement and they give my statement to Abdul Rouse to read on the stand verbatim my step by step that whole day that I told them I was at. Then he put himself with me.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He put himself with me, as in saying he brought me a cart and a gun to my mama's house. And I went and killed this person named Reginald Moore.
Okay.
Brought him back the car and the gun.
A 14-year-old.
Yeah.
You did all this for a 14-year-old. 14-year-old brought you. And how old was you at the time?
I was
27. So the DA believed that a 27-year-old man took a car and a gun from a 14-year-old, went and killed somebody, and then brought the car back to the 14-year-old.
Yeah.
That's the story that he said.
Yeah, that's what he said.
And was that their only witness? Hold on, one second. We got to take this last break. Y'all don't go nowhere because this finna get real deep, real quick. But stay tuned. Awesome Radio 106.9 FM.
Time and season is everything. It's never too late to learn. You can now enroll at Kim International Bible College. Don't miss your chance to start on the journey you've been waiting for. This is an awesome way to grow and study the Word of God. We offer online day and evening classes. This is not only a great opportunity for leaders in the kingdom, but also an opportunity for any born-again believer who just want to know more about the God you serve. We offer offer open enrollment, so therefore you can enroll at any time. Don't miss this opportunity. Have you been out of school for many years? No problem. Are you not good with technology? Not a problem. Don't allow your age to restrict you from your goal. We have students of all ages. We're a college that will work with you. That's our motto. We will work with you, but we expect you to do the work. So what are you waiting for? Contact us today. 252-446-0842. That's 252-446-0842. Or visit our website, www.kemibc.com. KEMIBC.com. 252-446-0842.
And we are back at 106.9 FM, Awesome Radio. Here with my guest, Tyrone Barrett of Greenville. We're going to his second wrongfully accused murder trial, where he was accused of doing something he didn't do. So we're in the story where you had a 14-year-old on the stand testifying about you bringing him bringing you a car and a gun, and you going to do a crime and then coming back
and bringing him back the car and the gun.
Okay.
Yes.
So was that the only witness that they had?
No, the 12-year-old white girl that they said, well, she's like about 15, 16 now, might be a little older, about 17 when she take the stand. You know, she said she seen me run up to the apartment, run down the apartment. You know, so they had that one, they had her, and they had Jimmy Vines that said he seen me run up to this apartment and run down. The same scenario what the white girl said.
Oh, okay. So now out of these people, you said Jimmy Vines, was he coerced?
Yes. He had met with my brother Harsh before, right?
Okay.
You know, my brother Harsh, he played in the league.
Okay.
So he played football. He played a Canadian ball.
Okay.
Back in,
Harsh Barrett.
Yeah, Harsh. Okay. Yeah. And he met with my brother. And he told my brother that they was trying to make him say that, you know, that I was the person that was seen running up to this apartment. He said he don't know what to do. He said because they keep forcing him. You know, he went and talked to a lawyer about that before. You know, and they tried to like, this is coming from him, you know, to my brother, that he didn't know what to do because they was coming at him so hard to lie. So, but he did get on. He wound up getting on the stand and saying exactly what they wanted him to say.
Okay, so what kind of witnesses did you have in your favor?
Renell Gilbert took the stand and I testified on, because that's who I was with.
Okay.
Testified on my whereabouts, where I was, what we was doing that day, at my mom's house with my mom and dad and my neighbors. You know, my neighbors, everybody's standing outside. You know, we was just outside my mom's house. And that's my statement that I gave them.
Mm-hmm.
And no one knew about this statement. But the you know, the DA and the detective and my lawyer, because that's what my whereabout was.
Okay.
And when when Abdul took the stand, he said he brought a car and a gun to my mother's house. And I got in the car, went and killed Reginald Moore and brought him back the car and the gun. I haven't seen none of this stuff yet. You know,
okay.
I have no idea what kind of car it was, what kind of gun it was. Haven't seen him yet, but the only time I seen him was on the stand.
Did you know him?
No.
Did you know him?
I didn't even know him. He was 14.
Okay.
Yeah, I have no recollection of that young boy until he got on the stand.
So now with this one, the jury go to deliberation, right?
Yeah.
So how you feeling about this one? Why you waiting?
Well, I'm still in like, I don't even know I can say I'm in shock though. I'm just numb.
Yeah, that's that's the feeling it is.
I'm like, what do I say? I gave you everything that I know.
Did you get on the stand on that in this trial too?
I took the stand on that too.
Okay.
I took the stand. I told them my whereabouts. And I told them who I was with at the time, where I was, and what I was doing that day. Yeah, and it seems like nothing. They didn't want to hear anything about. I want to take it back for a second.
Okay,
right?
Let's go back. I
want to take it back where back when the first one happened, right?
Okay.
Because my mom, when the first one happened, my mom asked me. She only asked me one time, and she asked. And when my mom mean that, when she, when she's serious, she called me Bobo, and that's what my dad called me when they're serious about any kind of conversation going on with me.
Yeah,
they called me Bobo, and my mom called me. She was like, "Bobo, do you have anything to do with that?" And I was like, "No." She never asked me again.
Okay.
She never asked me again. So when they charged me with the second one, I was with my mother.
Okay.
And my dad. And now she's feeling it now.
Who, your mom?
My mom.
Yeah.
Because we's together, me, Rico, my mama, my daddy, and two of their neighbors.
Okay.
We're all together. Now it's like, what?
Yeah.
We got to go down there and talk to these people.
Did they ever go down there and try to tell them?
Yes.
They didn't want to listen to him?
Nah, Clark Everett didn't want to hear nothing.
What was his name?
Clark Everett. He was the prosecutor at that time.
Clark Everett was the prosecutor.
Yeah.
And both of your
in both cases. Yeah. In both cases. So now my family really don't know what the heck is going on, man. Just as me. I don't know what's going on. And Rico don't know what's going on. Renelle don't know what's going on. We're like in awe about all of this. We actually was at my mom's house. This is what's so crazy to me, right?
Okay.
We see this on the news. This happened, and then it was a news break of another killing in Greenville. You know what I'm saying? It was a news break. It was a sunny day. A news break. Everybody outside of my mom's house, and she said a murder had happened because my mom watched the stories.
Okay. Yeah. Old school. General Hospital. Days of our lives. You know what I'm saying? One life to live. As the world turned. If you was a kid back in them days, and you had sisters or mamas, you at least seen one of them four right there.
As the world turned, Victor Newman and all that.
Yeah.
So my mom and them, they were stuck on that.
Yeah.
So, she was in the house. So when she come outside, she tell us that another murder had just happened. And that was that murder.
It was that murder y'all sitting there watching on TV.
We watching the news coverage of it. That's what we watched.
Later charged with.
Yeah, I was charged with that.
And you at the home with your mom watching it on TV.
It on TV. Yes.
Okay. Now that's wild. That's wild. But the thing was that the first one or the second one?
That's the second one.
That's the second one. So this is the one we talking about now, which you actually got convicted of.
Yeah, I got convicted of that one. They tried me for the death penalty for that one. So I went to court. I was facing the death penalty. And
so 12 people convicted of you.
Yes. That. Yeah. 12 people, my
jury, was it I mean
my peers.
Is with your peers did you have some black people on the jury? Because
they did. They did. Hey, that was so crazy about it. They did, and they hear my side. They hear me, but I think because they try to connect me with these people so bad.
You talking about the people, the other three people?
Yes. They tried to, but they could never connect me with the people because I don't know these people.
Yeah. So so they wanted to give you the death penalty, or that was a part of the sentencing phase that was on the table.
Right. So once they found me guilty, then you go into the sentencing phase.
All right.
And the sentencing phase is life or death.
Okay.
So when I go into the sentencing phase, you got to have character witnesses that come to court to testify on your character, who he is as a person. So everybody that my baseball coaches, football coaches, my teachers, my elementary teacher, high school teachers, my professors, everybody came to court to testify in my behalf.
Okay.
That say that this is not his character. No, this is not the person that y'all are saying he is. So they came back. If I didn't have that, I have the death penalty now.
Okay.
Or I might be dead now. Because we're talking about 28 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, so if I would have got the death penalty, I might not be here today.
Thank God.
Yeah, so my character witnesses came to court. They show, and you know, they know me. You know, so they came back and they gave me not death, but they gave me natural life plus 30 years.
Natural life plus 30 years. Now, natural life is not like 25 to life.
No.
Natural life means
you're never coming home again. And if you do come back, you got to give them 30 years.
So you die. Natural life, so that means that you die, and then if you got to come back and do 30 more years in your next life.
Yeah. I had to come back and do 30 more. Yeah.
Wow.
I know, man.
So when they hand you that sentence and they ship you off, you finally go to prison then?
Yeah, I go to prison. And I gotta say this too, man. I never felt in my heart that I was gonna be locked up the rest of my life. I never felt that. Even though I had natural life plus 30. I never felt that I was gonna be locked up the rest of my life. And I just felt that. You know, and I also had my praying family and my praying mom and all of them, man. Everybody was still, they still, praying for me. You know, it's a lot of blessings going around, you know.
Yes.
You know, I believe in my prayer. I believe in my my higher power.
Definitely.
You know, and that's what guided me along the way.
Yeah, let me read this comment real quick. Here by LOI says, "Thank you for sharing your story, Ty. We appreciate you shining light on the corrupt practices in Pitt County." And you know, Hiba LOI is the founder of the Free James Richardson Coalition, who is actually fighting for another brother that was convicted in 2008, wrongfully accused of 2 murders, and actually still fighting for his innocence. And right here in Greenville again, and you know, there's a lot of inconsistencies and corruptions in his case. So you know, there's a, you know, definitely a pattern here. You know, you see Montoya Sharp, you see James Richardson. I'm sure there are plenty others. So how? Of course, you're not still in jail now, right?
No.
So what happened to gain your freedom?
You know, when I went on state, I had natural life plus 30. So I'm in Whiteville like a year later. I'm in Whiteville. I'm sitting down at the table watching Sports Center and reading the newspaper. But I'm reading the sports section. You know, and so a friend of mine from New York, he came in the day room where I was.
Okay.
He was like, "Hey, Todd, were you about to go home?"
Yes, that new.
Yes, so I'm like, yeah, right. You know, because I'm watching sports. I'm watching Sports Center, and I'm also reading the sports. You know, so
okay.
And he said, "Yo, read this." So he gave me the paper. It got my picture in the paper, right? And they said all 3 appellate judges voted to overturn my case. I was like, whoa. I said, I'm going home, bro.
Uh-huh.
You know? So that's what I felt at that time, you know. So
how long was it until you left the prison? Like, did they come to
Man,
get you that same day?
Man, they came got me minutes later.
Soon as you read the article, your homeboy come downstairs and you like,
they was already in the
home.
process of taking me back to the county jail.
Do you know what on what basis did they appeal the case? What was
they prejudiced me to the jury.
Okay.
That was the outcome.
Prejudice.
They prejudiced me to the jury.
Okay.
You know, and that's what got me back in court.
Okay. So that's right, because you thinking you finna go home.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So, but that's not what happened.
No, that wasn't the case.
So what happened?
And,
what
they
happened?
brought me back to the county jail and set me there again for a few years. Oh my God.
A few years?
Yes. For a few more years. And gave me another court date. And when they gave me the court date, I'm sitting in the jail waiting to come. This is the first day, not the second day or the third day. The first day. They bring me back to the first day. We ain't picked no jury, no nothing.
Uh-huh.
My lawyer at the time was Greg Duke. Okay. So Greg Duke came back in the jail where I was. He was like, Clark Everett said, if you sign this plea today, you can walk out of here. Now I got natural life plus 30.
Over your head.
On my head now. So I say to myself, because my dad and mom always been in my life.
Okay.
And decisions like that, I always run, any kind of decision that I can't, make a decision on. I always talk to my parents about it.
Yeah.
So I was built to go all the way.
I
ain't want to take nothing.
Yeah,
even though you said if I sign on the dotted line, go home today. And that's what my lawyer told me. Clark Everett said, you can go home today. So I said, man, I told my lawyer, I was like, well, I can't make that decision. I said, I'm gonna let my dad make the decision for me.
Uh-huh.
I'm doing all that process.
Yeah.
My mom passed away.
And while you was in there?
While I was locked up, my mom passed away. So now, I'm kind of like, I'm shook, but I ain't, I'm bent, but I ain't broke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because my mom was my backbone too.
Definitely.
My mom was hurt behind them charging me with that second one when we was together.
Yeah.
And they wasn't listening to my mom when she go to them and give them her heart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like I gave them my heart. And they abused it with no regret at all. And I'm gonna go back to when my dad, I said, I told Duke to talk to my dad. And my dad, and he go out there and speak to my dad, and my dad said, tell Bobo to come home. Duke don't know nothing about my name, Bobo.
Uh-huh.
So when he came back and told me, your dad said, Bobo, come home, I signed on the dotted line. Paper.
And so what was the charges that they wanted you to, what was the plea they wanted you to?
Second degree.
Second degree
murder. Yes, second degree murder.
And so
time served.
Yeah. So they pretty much knew you didn't do it, because if they first tried to give you life plus 30 years, they're not going to let you walk off.
No, they tried to give me the death penalty.
They wanted the conviction.
Yes.
Instead of finding true justice.
Right.
And that's what people don't understand about, the judicial system. They want convictions instead of finding true justice. And actually, in those two cases, the one you got found not guilty of, and the one that you got found guilty of, but then got the case appealed, rightfully so. Did they ever charge anybody else?
No.
With the murders?
No.
But
no.
According to you, people who did it.
Yes.
The streets know people who did it.
Yeah. I had one of the guys that done it. gave me a hug one night
Uh-huh.
and told me that, yo, Ty, you one of the realest niggas out. Excuse
Yeah,
my
you
language.
good. Yeah, you good.
But that's how they talk in the hood.
Yeah, definitely.
You one of the realest niggas I know, Ty. You knew I killed Luke, and you ain't tell nobody. I never knew till he told me that. You know, that's
so
stuff.
You didn't know?
No, I never knew.
But he thought you knew.
He thought I knew. You know, he thought I knew, but I never knew it. I just heard his name, Pedro, Mike, Dennis, Kale. That's all I ever heard.
All of the names.
Yeah, all of the names who was involved in it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And so nobody never got convicted, man. My man Fred Joyner says they need a conviction to save face, save money, because you could have sued. That's right. Now, we'll get to that real quick. Well, we do got to end the radio show portion of it, but we're going to keep this show going because I got a lot more questions. But thank y'all for tuning in on the radio 106.9 FM, Awesome Radio. Okay, what about now? Can y'all hear me now? Say if you can hear me now. Can you hear me? If you can't hear me, can you hear us?
They should be able to hear me also, right?
Yeah, if they can hear me, they should be able to hear me. Okay, so y'all can hear me. All right. So I thank y'all so much. Thank y'all. Sorry about this. This is actually my first guest in the studio. Every other interview we've been doing through the StreamYard link. So, but since Ty was in Greenville, I thought it was best to have him on the show. So I apologize for the difficulty. So they never got anybody else.
In either case.
In either case.
Yes. Yes. In either case.
So and that's what I wanted to mention too. Like my brother said, you know, did you ever think about suing?
I was thinking about leaving the state of North Carolina.
So
I thought about suing, but the first thing I thought about, being real with you, I can't go through this again. I can't do it. So I moved away. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do this.
So you think that? So why do you think that they wanted you so bad? I guess, or do you think it was just you just was the lucky one they picked, or was it particularly something that you think that the DA, the police department, had against you?
I had a lot of influence when I was out in the streets.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people knew me for playing ball and all of that. A lot of people. I was never a follower.
Mm-hmm.
I was always a leader, and as I am right now today.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I stand for something.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So people like to be around me. People like my conversation. I was a good dude. You know, I'm not gonna say I didn't get in no fights when I was young and all of that, because I did.
Uh-huh.
Because I was kind of cool and swift with my hands anyway.
Okay.
Just keeping it real.
Yeah, definitely.
I didn't need no weapons or nothing like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I grew up under, two other brothers.
Okay, so you were the youngest.
I was the youngest.
So you had to fight. You had to know how to fight.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I wasn't the violent person, or anything like that. Mm-hmm. But I was stand for mine. It's I'm like, I'm okay.
Yeah, my man Robert Fornville said, "Yeah, big guy, you are nice."
Yeah. Yes, but that's what's real about me.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't have no enemies, which, you have enemies, but they know how to play you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They wouldn't just come up and, just talking, like we talk.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they respected me.
Okay.
You know, I had big respect on the street.
Definitely.
And I gave respect.
All right.
So to respect is give, you get it back.
Mm-hmm.
So I never was involved in, you know, anything like that. Now I have took my falls now.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, definitely.
You know,
we all have.
Yeah, you know. So I claim that.
Uh-huh.
But this right here, I would never claim.
Yeah.
You know, I would never claim. And I gave my heart to this, to the prosecutor.
Mm-hmm.
I gave the truth to these people. And they used and abused it.
And so you mentioned some of the actual officers that was involved, right?
Yes.
How who are they and where are they now?
Carol Melvin, I think they fired her. Detective Path, I think they did the same thing. A lot of them officers got fired and laid off, you know.
And was it because of like corruption?
Corruption, yes.
And because you said back then they was you know, they was like you said, like they would come get you and just take your money, right?
Oh yeah, I've been pulled over before.
Uh-huh.
You know, and police go in your pocket, get your money.
And they tell you to go.
Let me get that. All right, Ty, you all right, go ahead, go about your business. You know, yeah, it's mad corruption out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
So it was that like cause as soon as you got out for the second one, right? So then you instantly moved.
Oh yeah, I moved out the state.
You got so you say you moved to New Orleans, right?
Yeah, I moved to New Orleans.
Yeah. So why'd you choose New Orleans?
My brother was living out there in New Orleans.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
And I went out there and started my life over. You know. But I didn't, you know, I started my life over, but I didn't start my life over in a positive way.
Right way.
Because I still know people.
Uh-huh.
You know, and I can still make a phone call and get what I want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
You know, come out my street cred it's still
like
good.
That. Uh-huh.
You know, so it was on that level that I can keep pushing.
Okay, so that's what you did when you pretty much got out. You kind of went down the path. So that didn't kind of scare you though, or you was just I guess after you go through that, like it ain't nothing to feel, right?
It ain't nothing to feel now.
Yeah.
You know, getting back in the dope game was nothing.
Yeah.
It's so easy now.
Mm-hmm.
So getting a quick 30,000-40,000 on nothing.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, but that also led you to a stretch that you had to do, right?
Yes, I got caught out there.
You got caught out there.
Fed snatched me up.
So you had to do Fed time.
Yes.
And how long was that? How long you had to do?
I did like right about 12.
12
and some change, yeah.
So that how did that affect you?
I'm done. Ain't got no more fight at me now.
Yeah. So that's good. So you've been out about 7 years?
About 8 years.
About 8 years now.
Yeah.
So man, considering everything that you've been through, you know, because like you even mentioned, like, yeah, you still got some trust issues, right?
I do, man. I really do got, you know, I still, you know, I got people that I talk to about that. You know, I still go to treatment and therapy and all that good stuff.
Okay.
You know, I come a long ways though, big guy.
Yeah.
Because it was bad at one time, you know, getting in relationships and having the issues. And you always arguing and, you know, and everything else coming along with that. You know, you couldn't, you know, nothing solid.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I got a lot better with that.
Yeah, I can tell, man. And actually, because you said like this is actually probably your first time really speaking about this, other than the James Richardson rally.
Yes.
That we had up here.
Yes.
So is it something that you always wanted to speak about, or you just kept it bottled in, or?
During the years, I have had people to reach out to me, you know, and want me to speak about it. But I just wasn't ready. I guess I wasn't ready.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it bothered me to the core, dog. You know, just giving it to you wrong.
Yeah.
It hurts me to the core that I had to go through that.
Yeah.
You know, and just to speak about it to someone I don't know, I told you I had mad trust issues.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't trust anyone. I'm talking about no one about my issue. You know, so the James Richardson was something that touched me.
Because you've been there.
Yeah, because I've been there. Dante been there.
Yeah.
You know, me and Dante was selling. You know, we were cellmates.
And so, yeah, you was telling me about a story with him, like when y'all was in the cell and he went to court, and what happened when he went to court?
He came back with a life sentence. I said, I got 2. What you think you're gonna do to me?
So what was his? I talked to him. So what was his demeanor like? All right,
he was
RMD. Uriah said, "Thanks for your story, big bro. Thank you for your comments. You thank everybody for tuning in and listening to me. I really appreciate that. But yeah, what was Dante's demeanor? Cause I talked to him, but I mean, you was able to see it from the bird's eye view.
Because when he went to court and came back with his guilty verdict, I mean, Dante, we close.
Yeah.
We close right now today.
Yeah. What's up, Dante, too, man? Appreciate you for watching and doing the show, too.
Yeah, so he came back to the cell that day. And I think we talked for like no more than like 5 minutes. And it was quiet. Because we was in D block. That's lockdown.
Okay.
You know, you don't come out like once, you know, there was hours at a time that you can come out. So we was in D block locked down. So he was numb. He didn't have too much to talk about. You know, we got like a good 5 minutes or less conversation. You know, he was lost like I was lost. You know, he wanted to know how could he get convicted of something he don't know anything about. And I'm on the same page.
Yeah.
You know, then when he came back to the cell, like, I am thinking like that, like I'm saying that. Bro, I got 2 though.
Yeah.
You know? They didn't treat you like they supposed to treat you. So we thought he was coming home.
Yeah.
We thought Dante was gonna go up there and get found not guilty. Because he ain't got nothing to tell them either.
Yeah.
Then they used a girl to lie on him also.
So we got a pattern here, right? They said they used a 12-year-old white girl to convict you in the second murder.
Right.
And then they used I think 14 or 15-year-old black girl to convict Dante, who came back years later and retold the story. Just the first one though. They tried to use what Mabel, or what you say her name was? Mabel Rogers, Mabel Daniels. Yeah, you tried to use her to quote her story, but then, you know, she couldn't go through with it because they had her statement too.
Right.
So there's a and once again, I just got to bring up James Richardson. They supposed to have an eyewitness in his case. But,
same thing, man.
Same thing. So I wonder what it is. Can somebody tell me what it is in Greenville that, you know, we have all of these cases, case after case, and actually it's funny. Next week we'll have Miss Danisha, who actually just had her hand broke by Greenville police, and you know, I think about 2 or 3 weeks ago we had another young a mother and a young guy who was harassed by the police. So what do you think it is, you know, about the Pitt County law enforcement that is so, you know, aggressive and corrupt?
I can only speak about 94. I don't know what's going on in the police department as of today.
Mm-hmm.
I can only speak about what happened back in 1994.
Okay.
And the officers that was involved in me and Dante case. With the same officers involved in both cases. Officer Harris, Officer Reed, Ricky Bass, Detective Path. I know them all now. You know, their names are stuck in my head. You know, I never forget these names.
Have you seen them since those times?
Nah, I haven't seen them. Nah.
Do you want to see them?
And if I see him, I see him. I don't. You know, because it's just an experience that I went through that, you know, God brought me out. You know, the truth is everything. That's what I know. You know, so.
Yeah, Yolanda Price says, sorry you had to go through all that. I pray you do find peace. And I think you do. I mean, I see peace with it, you know, with you, you know, speaking with it. And first of all, I want to thank you for agreeing to share with me. You know, like I said, I really appreciate that for you trusting me, you know, to get your story out, man. I hope, you know, this story inspires somebody. But, you know, it seems like you do have, you know, once again, peace. Because I don't know. Like I told Dante, man, I would still be mad, man. I would still be like hot at everybody. Like,
it's something about it that you're not gonna feel like that. See, you have to go through it to understand it.
Okay.
See, prayer is everything, and once that connect with you and connect with the earth, the sun, the stars. Then you'll get a real understanding of what's going on. It is some real corruption in Pitt County, 1994. I know it.
What other things that you know that may have went on that swept under the rug, or you know people don't like to talk about?
People don't talk about Slim Goody also back in '94.
Slim Goody, okay.
Yeah, he was a DJ back in '94.
All right.
He DJ'd at the what was that? The Limited Touch back in the day.
Okay.
They picked him up for a robbery or something like that, and everybody know it was another dude that done the robbery.
Okay.
And they kept Slim and gave Slim like 30 years. He never made it out. He died in prison though.
Oh man.
You know, so. That was another case, you know, that swept up on the rug. I'm just here to, and I'm here to speak about these things that happened, and I lived through it, you know. So I'm here, and I don't know why, you know, me and you connected some kind of way. We connected,
definitely,
because I never stepped out there on that path of speaking about it and being open about this here, because like I said, I have mad trust issues.
Yeah.
You know, so it all of it always been in me.
Yeah.
Now that is out, I feel
better.
I feel better, but I don't feel bitter.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm fresh.
Yeah.
You know, I'm fresh. I'm on my eye.
Yeah, you hear. You know,
so
first of all, you hear, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, but it's also a testimony. You know, it's a testament to somebody else to be like, hey, I went through that. You know, whatever you're going through, you can go through it. Like hopefully, you know, they're not in jail for something they didn't do.
Right.
But you know, if you are in there for something you did do, you know what I'm saying? You can still come out of there with your mind intact. It's still okay to talk to somebody, you know what I'm saying? Because we as black men, especially black men, like we don't want to talk to nobody. Like I know I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't.
We so look at things because we got to understand, because it's levels to all of this. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So you got to fit in somewhere in life. You got to fit in. So once you fit in something, man, keep pushing in that direction. Especially if it's a positive way of pushing. Push it and keep going forward. Don't go backwards. Keep going forward, man, because it's a lot to learn from other people. You know, you just gotta listen and have that ear and that connection. Without talking about earlier, you gotta have that connection. Man.
So, what types of things have you learned though from talking to to the people you talk to? What types of things you learn about dealing with trauma or emotional, even about yourself?
Like I said, I've been talking to psychiatrists that I talk to. So I don't talk to, I got trust issues talking to other people.
Okay, I got you.
So I've been dealing with this for years.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't talk to nobody.
Yeah, so
you
don't go into detail with nobody else.
No, I go into detail with my
I got
my psychiatrist.
So now I heard like, so did you first click with your psychiatrist or did it take you a while to be?
Took me a while.
Yeah, I can imagine them.
Yeah. We went toe to toe. You got to cross this barrier, Todd. You just have to.
Yeah, that was he told you.
That's what he told me.
Man. Yeah,
man.
That's wild. Okay, I'm glad you're at a place, man, where you can really, man, open up about it, man, because it's just so much, man, go on in these little small towns that, you know, people can cover. Like you said, those people went to each individual and told them, hey, say this about Ty. Say this about Ty. Say this about they can get everybody to say this about you, or threaten them with freedom, or even incentivize them by say, okay, if you tell them, then we gonna make sure you straight.
Right.
So
they've done that, and I don't know if they're doing it today, but in '94 it was all corrupted. It was bad. It was bad. You know, you know, to be here to even speak about it is a testament to me, to let people know that, you know, you know, we go through things and we try to understand why things happen to us, bad or good, but you have to just, you know, just be all right with yourself.
So do you see yourself like, because I think you should write a book, because I know it's like it's so much deeper in this. Have you ever thought about doing that?
I thought about that. Well, I started that anyway. I haven't finished it.
Okay.
You know, I started writing years ago. You know,
you gotta pick that joint back up.
Yeah.
You gotta pick that joint back up.
I got a good person in my life, Michelle. So
shout out Michelle. That's the one that was with you at the rally.
Yes.
Okay. Shout out Michelle. That's what's up. She look out for you too.
She's on my team. Man.
I peeped that. She looked at you. I got it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up, man. Ain't nothing like a good woman by your side. Yeah. Definitely, man. I'm just so proud of you, man. First of all, I thank you once again for just agreeing to share your story, and I know it's a lot more, man, and we probably might have to get back in, get you back up here. Here what LOL says, there are so many wrongful convictions coming out of Pitt County. The current DA needs to fulfill the promise to create a wrongful conviction unit and review cases that were prosecuted by their prior administration. And I think Ms. Illawad is talking about Ferris Dixon. Ferris Dixon is an African-American DA who ran his campaign on the promise of looking into these wrongful convictions.
Right.
But to my knowledge, he hasn't done that yet, right?
Right.
And so, you know, we're definitely hoping that he lives up to his promise. And also there is a nonpartisan candidate forum that is being hosted by Awesome Radio 106.9 FM on Tuesday, October the 11th, from 6 to 9 p.m. at Pitt Community College. So if anybody is concerned with some of these issues, it is free and open to the public. You know, you can come in and ask your questions, or you can email questions to the candidates at admin@wbisawesomeradio.org. So if anybody, you know, has these concerns, or anybody has some, you know, some more instances of injustice, or, you know, we got to hold these candidates and DA to the fire when, you know, they get our votes and they say they're going to do something, but then yet still, you know, they go against their words. And that's right, my brother, Amdi Yadara, but I think he told me his real name. He said, my name is Eddie Hardy.
Right.
He said, we grew up together.
Yes.
Okay.
Good dude.
Yeah, good dude.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, 45 years of friendship, Mr.
Exactly.
Snoop. So Mr. Snoop, I guess, is your father.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's what's up, man. And that's what I'm saying. Like, so is he still living?
No, my father passed away.
My condolences, man. But yeah, definitely. Yeah, so, but I mean, for everything you tell me, he was a stand-up guy.
Yes, he was.
And you know,
well respected.
Yeah.
Well respected in the community.
Mr. Snoop. Why they call him Snoop?
Nah, my dad had that name since I was a baby. So,
Okay.
You know, I don't know if his friends gave it to him.
Okay.
You know, but that's the name that I knew my dad had all my life. It's Snoop. You know, at first they had like Goggle-Eye. You know, my dad from the 30s. You know, so Goggle-Eye was a name my dad had.
Goggle-Eye.
Goggle-Eye.
Yeah,
that's the Goggle-Eye to Snoop.
Okay.
Yeah, so man, you know, so like I said, man, I was raised by both of my parents, man. I was to my wonderful parents.
Yeah. That's all right.
They raised 5 good kids, man.
Yeah. What 3 brothers?
You know, 3 brothers, 2 sisters.
That's
and my dad he thought it wasn't enough, so he brought in 6 to keep the thick pig. He started raising my cousin's daughter that she was, you know, she couldn't raise at the time. So he brought her in the household. So it's actually 6 of us.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, man, shout out to Mr. Snoop, man. Rest in power.
Yes, indeed.
And also Mrs. Barrett as well, man. She sounded like a stand-up woman as well.
She was. Like I said, man, my mom was the same. Well respected.
Yeah.
My mom, everybody in the neighborhood come to my mom and dad if they needed something.
Okay.
If they needed something, they come to my mom and dad. Now I grew up, my dad bought me a lawnmower. And I couldn't charge nobody, but I have a list of who houses.
Wait a minute. He told you not to charge nobody?
Yeah, I can't charge nobody. He bought me a lawnmower. Cut all the grass with
wow.
So I have a lawnmower. I go around cutting grass. They might get
that's what I'm about to say. I know they will look out for you. I know.
I've been sweating hard.
You said what?
I've been sweating hard.
Yeah.
Hey, I was young. I was like 9, 10.
But that built something in you though. That built some character.
It did. It really did, man. It really did, man. And my brothers and sisters, all the neighborhood, everybody played on Battle Street. Everybody in the whole neighborhood, they come to Battle Street.
No, so that's where y'all
That's where we stayed at, on Battle Street at the dead end. So we played at the light pole, the end of the top of Battle Street, with the light pole there. It's still there today. We played tag. Everybody come out. We played tag, hide and go see. You know, we went through the things that we grew up doing. You know, building clubhouses. See where Rose High is right there today?
Greenville Rose.
Yeah.
Okay.
All of that area was wooded area. All that area was wooded area. All the way back to get in their court. All the way back. We take it all the way back. We built a clubhouse back there. A 2-story clubhouse. A lot of people might not know this name, Bo Noble. Bo Noble owned the houses in the local store in KP. He wanted to put lights in this house, this 2-story clubhouse we bought.
Okay.
We built.
Okay.
You know, that's how nice that house was. We built in the wood.
Y'all built the house. Like, what y'all build it from?
Plywood.
Plywood.
Yeah, getting wood and going building houses in the middle of the woods. Yeah, man. It was we grew up in a great neighborhood. Everybody knew each other.
Yeah.
If one of my neighbors catches out there doing anything wrong, they had the right to spank us.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you had to be on your thing, on your P's and Q's, and you had to be right about our neighborhood. We really took my parents and the parents that lived in KP at that time. They took care of the kids that was in Kearney Park. They made sure all of us was doing right. Most of us played sports. We grew up playing sports at South Greenville Gym. I went to South Greenville Elementary School. Like I said, all my life I grew up playing sports. I didn't have enough time Because my summers was all sports.
Okay.
And I followed behind my brother, so I had to be good in whatever I did.
Yeah.
Because my brother Will was one of the top athletes in Carolina.
Okay. Will Barrett.
Yeah, Will. Yes. He was the athlete.
Yeah.
What
he play? What he play?
He played all sports.
Basketball, football, baseball.
Football, baseball.
Yeah.
He played it all. My brother Horace, same thing.
Yeah.
Then when I'm coming up, automatically I had to be as good as them. You know, I follow their pattern. I led her in 4 sports. I wrestled,
Okay.
baseball, football, ran track. I went to the States at Rose High back in '86. I ran track in '86.
Okay.
I took 4th in the state. That trophy probably still in Rose High right now. You know, I went to the States for running track.
Okay.
I ran hurdles.
Okay.
For Rose. 300-meter hurdle. Yeah, I'm pretty fast, big guy.
Yeah. I said, yeah.
I'm pretty fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had a nice childhood, man, growing up.
Yeah. So now, could we talked about a little something earlier? Well, like say, so you got 2 sons now.
Yeah.
But you know, you tell them a little bit different.
I tell my sons different than the way I was raised on talking to the police.
What you tell them?
I tell them don't talk to the police. Before you talk to anybody, call me.
Okay.
Call me. Don't call anyone else. You got my phone number on speed dial. Don't talk to the police.
How old are they?
19 and 21.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're that age that
Yeah.
you know it can go either way.
Yeah.
But also, you know, they're at an age where they're just a target anyway for just being a young
black kid.
Yeah, young black kid.
Yeah.
Black men, we get it, you know what I'm saying? A little, you know, but like it's really like, okay, what he doing? You know what I'm saying? What he doing? So I see it a lot, man, where, you know, they and that's good, man, because like you said, anything I've been in a situation where I thought I was doing good, like police brought me in. It was, what happened? I tell them everything that happened, and what they say is true. What you say can, and most importantly, it will be held against you. No matter what you say, no matter how good it sounds to you, they're going to take your words and make it seem like you're guilty, or they're going to use your words against you in whatever capacity they is. So I would say the same thing, you know, in hindsight, no matter if you're innocent or not, you know, because if they want to twist your words up,
they will.
They can.
Yeah.
They can. And will. Like they tell you. They say they will.
Yeah, they will. And they got the power to do it. That's the thing about it. Yeah. It's all about how much the DA believe in the truth. That's what it's all about. So when they take it to the DA, they have to make a ruling on what's going on.
Whether we pursue this or not.
Yes.
Should we prosecute it?
Yeah.
And a lot of times that's all they're looking for is a conviction, because many prosecutors and judges, they get advance of how many convictions they get. You know, they get reelected. Judges get reelected off of how many sentencing years they give.
Right.
You know, they can run on a campaign of tough on crime, saying I gave out, you know, 10,000 years this session, you know, and that makes them look good like they're tough on crime, but really they could just be convicting people who are not guilty because it makes them look tough on crime.
Right. That is so true. So,
and then once again, we got 2 witnesses. I'm not going to, you know, go into my case, but like the DA in my case told my lawyer that she know it was BS. You know, she know it was BS, but she just wanted me to sign a plea agreement, just like they did you, knowing that I could walk out of jail right then instead of facing 38 years in prison.
Right.
So of course, I mean, you got to weigh your options, right? You know what I'm saying? Do I go back through this trial that they just sentenced me to life plus 30 years before? Right. Or do I take this plea for something I really didn't do, but I can walk out of jail today and don't have to risk that? So,
yeah, I also look at
and because I look at this part too, and it kind of bothered me a lot too, because in my second case, they never used my lawyers never used my telephone records in my second case. And I look at that and I say, why? After it's all over with, you start, oh, we went through all of this. Why this wasn't used?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not accusing my lawyers of trying to, but
yeah,
hey man,
some
why you ain't use this right here?
They go out to eat with them jokers too. You know what I'm saying? They play golf and they hang out at the same country clubs that the prosecutors go to. So they all right, well, I'm gonna leave this out, man. Yeah, we're gonna try, all right, man. So but phone records, man, they were very instrumental in my case too. So why did you ever ask them why, or did you or during the time you just trying to get through
during the time, it's like when you're going through trial, you numb. And I'm going through my second one, and at that time I didn't really notice it, because I took the stand on both of my cases.
You took the stand? Yeah,
I took the stand on both of my cases, and all the thing I could speak about is my whereabouts, who I was with.
So what was it like when they cross-examined you? Did they try to trip you up?
They couldn't.
Yeah.
They couldn't trip me up or nothing. They tried to trip up Rico. They tried to trip him up.
Okay.
They tried, but the truth stood.
Definitely.
They couldn't. They tried to make the case out of something totally different than what it was. That second case. Because I'm charged with 3 other people, and I'm the only one getting tried for conspiracy.
Yeah, that don't make no sense, man.
And like right now today, I'm the only one that's still standing charged with that. So
yeah, Sharon KP Persman says it's a repetitive cycle that must stop. And it's evident that the Pitt County judicial system is comfortable with the corruption, and it has went on too long. I think more people need to speak out, attend city council meetings, just get involved, because it's Tyrone, Dante Sharp, James Richardson today, but who tomorrow? People, we're stronger together, because if not, setting up for future generations, because if not, we're setting up future generations failure. Certainly appreciate that, Sharon KP Perkins, man. That's very true, man. It's always interesting to hear these stories and look at these stories and say, wow, well, that's a bad thing that happened, until it happens to somebody
right.
Right. Then it gets real. Then it gets real. So until it happens to your relative, your family member, your son, your daughter, your husband, so she's definitely right, man. You gotta. We are stronger together as people, and the voice of the people is very powerful. So we encourage everyone who is troubled by these things, to get involved. Like you said, that there's forum this October the 11th, this Tuesday. There's city council meetings. There's many different ways and avenues that you can get these people's attention, especially when you see things that are not in the right vein. Sean Bridges said, "Glad I left Pitt County. They've been hanging us. Ain't no justice there." Thank you for tuning in, Sean. Heather down Radley. How you doing, Heather? Tyrone, you're in my prayers forward together. And Miss Radley does excellent work. With getting individuals, helping individuals with wrongful convictions, unfair sentences. She just does an excellent job, and I thank you for what you do as well. I had a chance to meet her at the James Richardson rally, along with people like Lisa Speeds. Hopefully, we'll get her on the show, and a host of Hiba Illawell, a host of people who are continuously fighting for people like James and Ty, Dante, and everyone who is going through these things. Man, we certainly appreciate the work that everyone does to help in the late Antonio Spirit.
Oh, it's
Yeah, what you do? You hit it?
no, I ain't hitting
Okay.
nothing.
Well, yeah. So we're gonna I guess that's
Something went wrong. It says something went wrong. Please ensure your connection to the internet.
Yeah, I think that's the internet connection. Michelle Sheik said, "Proud of you, Ty. I learn something new every time I hear your story. I hope your story encourages more people to speak out about their experiences." Looks like his screen with there. Hold on real quick. We're gonna see if we can't get this up. Y'all don't go nowhere because we do want to get Ty some final words. And let me see if we can get him back in the studio. Y'all just hold tight. So this is my first time actually doing an in-guest interview. So there we go. So I think we in. I think we back in. Okay, so we gotta mute that too. Mute the mic. Well, yeah, Tyler, lead the people, man. If anything else that you want to say to the people before you go, feel free to leave us with some parting words.
You said it best, man. LJ, James Richardson, Dante Sharp, me, myself, and it's many more people who've been wrongfully, convicted in Pitt County. This is a new life, a breath been released in Carolina, in Greenville, North Carolina. People have to understand that it's corruption all around the world, and it's corruption right up under your nose. You just got to be aware of, it is true. People do get convicted and wrongfully accused. It's none of it is right. But we have to put people, elected people, who's got the power to change these things. Ferris Dixon is one of them, and it starts with him. You just can't talk about it; you got to be about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because once you get where you need to be at, you got people who follow you, and they'll stand with you. But you got to be firm also, Ferris Dixon. You got to stand for something. You just can't tell us something and not do it. You got to put forth some effort. You might got to step on some toes too, but you got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to do it. And we come a long ways, but we got a long way to go. As us as Black people, we are people of love.
Definitely we are.
And that's what we believe in, and a lot of people take advantage of that, of how we be raised,
mm-hmm.
and how we stand for the part of love, and they twist it and do whatever they want to with it because they got the power to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Just back to Ferris Dixon, just be firm about what you say, because we are listening. Every word you say, we listening to you.
Mm-hmm.
And be the man you're supposed to be.
Yeah. And one more comment, because I didn't know this. I think Mr. Dixon was one time running for a campaign, and he I think they said he shook a lady's hand too hard, and they charged him with an assault or something like that. But I think the people and the citizens rallied around him. But then, when he finally got elected, he kind of turned his back on those people who rallied around him. So I don't know Mr. Dixon personally. I know his job is probably hard. It's probably harder than anything I would want to do, because he's in a position, where he he can't almost win, because if he does what is right, then sometimes he will be ostracized by the people he works with. And if he does what is wrong, then he will be ostracized for the people he's supposed to work for. And so that's the dichotomy, not only with him, but in so many people in those positions of, power, whether it's politicians, district attorneys, chief police. But one thing, that you said, Ty, was that you got to have integrity with whatever you do. You got to stand for something, respect, honor, loyalty, standing by what you say, and stand on it. You got to stand on what you say. If you're going to say you're going to start this wrongful conviction unit to look over the convictions, then that's what we expect you to do. And if you're not, then don't even make those empty promises, right, just for people to vote you in, and then for you to turn their back on you. So I don't, I hope this message somehow gets back to him, because I know that he's in a position
to do a lot of things that to help the Black community also. I think he's in the right position.
Yeah, he's in a good position, yeah. And only thing, once again, you have to stand for something, or you fall for anything, as they say. So, man, I just want to thank you once again, Brother Ty. Man, we're gonna be here all night if we keep going. Yeah. But yeah, man, we'll definitely bring you back in, man. I think I got some more events for you, right, to share your story at, man, because it's definitely a powerful story. I tried to get everything we talked about, but I know it's probably something we left out.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. But like you said, we got time.
Yeah, definitely. Man.
That's the thing. We got time on our side, big guy.
Yes, man. Well, I certainly appreciate you, man. I pray God bless you.
Man, inviting me, man.
Yeah, definitely.
And what started everything is James Richardson.
James Richardson, man. I met him at the James Richardson. Heather, Hilba, a few more data on. I met some great people.
I like to thank Heather also. Like to thank her also.
Yeah,
that's a wonderful lady. She's a wonderful person. I like to thank her.
Yeah, she did. I think she brought me dinner that day too. Thank you for the dinner, and the cookie. I think I got a brownie. So she's a very sweet lady, man. And rest in peace to also Dr. Spearman, who was a very, very instrumental civil rights icon, activist in North Carolina, who was very instrumental in the James Richardson campaign, and also just various campaigns across the state, who lost his life in a senseless manner a few months back in Greensboro. So we definitely keep his wife and his family in our prayers. If anybody don't know about Dr. Alex Spearman, I think you guys need to look him up and see what kind of work he's done, man, because he was definitely a powerful man. And there's so many people who actually dedicate their life to those people who have no voice. Those people locked behind those walls, they have no voice. They have no advocate, man. And it takes a very special person to set aside your freedoms, your time, your energy, because, as I spoke with Heather, and he was like, this is not this is not a fly by night thing. This is not a one shot in the dark. We hold one rally and that's it. We file one motion and that's it. We sign one petition. No, man, this sometimes takes years, as you see with Dante, and as you see with Ty, it's taking years. And as you see once again with Reverend T.A. Spearman, Walk the Walk, he definitely did. As you see with James, like it's taking years. And I actually had to tell, I first heard of James' case, last year, early this year. But I see they've been working for years on his behalf. So once again, this is, everybody sees a person get out of jail and think it just happened overnight. No, you have people, like these dedicated people who are working in the communities that's been working for years to make that happen. So once again, I want to just commend everybody and once again, exhort or, influence everybody to get involved, man, because it's always something you can do. I don't, like I said, I have a radio program. I'm willing to share and talk about anything on this radio program to kind of get the message out. So it's something you can do in whatever capacity that you are in to help bring, the justice that some people need, definitely. So, and I thank you once again. Like we got to get out of here because it's going on 10. But I want to thank everybody once again. Thank our special guest, Mr. Ty Barrett.
Yeah, man.
Definitely, man. We definitely just appreciate everyone. Y'all tune in next week. We're going to be right back here in Greenville, where we have Mr. Dayton Wakari and the Keisha. Please don't let me. I know I'm butchering your name, probably Denisha. I think Denisha. Who had the encounter with the Greenville Police Department. And, we're going to get back into her story and what happened. Everybody saying thanks. Thank y'all. Latoya Williams. Shout out to Latoya Williams, striving with vision, empowerment, doing great things also in the Greenville area as well. Check her out, striving with vision. Is her organization's name, doing great things. Just so many people. I mean, I've had opportunity to meet in Greenville. I think I'll make Greenville my second home. I'm from Goldsboro, but Greenville is full of some great people, man. So I want to thank everybody who tuned in. Yeah. Once again, thank Mr. Barrett, and thank most of all you. First of all, thank God for allowing us to be here and allowing us to to have this day of fellowship and communion and sharing inspirational stories. So we want to thank God for each and every one of you as well. But we will see you guys next week if the Lord sees fit. Y'all have a blessed day. Thank y'all for tuning in. And y'all just be blessed tremendously. Stay safe, healthy, and well, peaceful. Thank y'all.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.